Africa is set on a path to making Agenda 2063 a reality. What the Western world cannot achieve, Africa is implementing and showing us a sign that we are greater than we ever expected. Ladies and gentlemen, the female quotas, or I might change and say women empowerment within the political frameworks of Africa, is being actualized right now, currently, as we speak. Firstly, in Tanzania, we have the current Honorable President Samia Suluhu Hassan. She isn't just a ceremonial figure. She has completely realigned Eastern African diplomacy, aggressively pushing for massive infrastructure projects like the Standard Gauge Railway and reversing old protectionist trade laws. And also when we go in Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, my country, the Prime Minister Judith Suminwa Tuluka, a trained economist, controls the daily machinery of government, tasked with managing a massive national budget and stabilizing an economy under severe regional security pressures. When we look now at the mighty Namibia, which is progressive and quite the first ever to exist in the planet to ever have a woman triad in its top powers within politics in Namibia. When we look at the current president, Netumbo Nandi Ntwatwa leads the state, backed up by the vice president, Lucia Withtua, and the speaker of the parliament, which is Sarah Kugogwelwa Amadila, running the parliament. It is only this country on earth, and I emphasize on that, it is only this country on earth which has quite a triad in women empowerment within politics. Fourthly, we look at Rwanda. Rwanda is recognized globally as the leading country with the most women in the constitution and parliament, as it leads with a 63.8% of female representation in the parliament, which is more than the males themselves. The Speaker of the Parliament, Gertrude Kazarwa, holds the gavel, directing the laws that shape Africa's fastest growing tech hub. The 2003 constitution within Rwanda is what has made this a reality, as it states that a minimum of 30% in the parliament have to be women, and this is really being fulfilled in Rwanda, not only rudimentary but quite exponentially. Fifth, we look at South Africa. South Africa's political landscape is anchored, or has been anchored, by Thandi Modise, who has commanded both chambers of parliament and served as Minister of Defense, proving that African women are dominating hard security profiles and portfolios, not just soft social ministries. And when we go at large globally in international organizations, and even looking and assessing the economies of most countries in-depthly, we can see Nigeria's own Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala commands the World Trade Organization, WTO, as the Director General. This is quite a massive achievement. And also, when we look at African Union, or once called OAU, Organization of African Union, but now African Union, Selma Malika Haddadi serves as the Deputy Chairperson of AU Commission, quietly orchestrating continental policy integration. These have been conquered or have been achieved due to 3 policy implementations within the whole of Africa. The first one is constitutional quotas. These are the legislative frameworks within the national constitutional framework which state or mandates that a minimum percentage should be given to the females to represent within the parliament. As I said earlier, when we look at Rwanda, the 2003 Constitution of Rwanda states that 30% of the parliament should be women. And when we look even in Zimbabwe, the 2013 Constitution also states a minimum requirement of women representation within the parliament. Not also forgetting the 2010 parity law of Senegal, which states that a minimum of 30% of females should represent within the parliament. All of these are paving the way and making it a reality for women to dominate and to be recognized and globally seen within the politics of Africa. Secondly, we have the voluntary party quotas. These quotas states that women are also obliged to open parties, political parties within a country, meaning that the country states that it is mandatory and it is also to be followed for women to participate in these big and massive performances of political connivery and also political stabilimentations within the world. And thirdly, which is the most critical and quite suitable recommendation I have for any country, the zebra list system. The zebra list system, this is a highly effective system where party candidates list must strictly alternate between males and females. For example, we can say like Tanzania, we have the President Suluhu, Samia. Then in her party, there should be another party of males, meaning that there will be an equality or equity between one male candidate and another female candidate. When there are 3 female candidates, there have to be 3 male candidates, and vice versa. This prevents parties from putting women at the bottom of the ballot where they have no realistic chance of being elected. Furthermore, ladies and gentlemen, Africa has proven that it can achieve more than we all ever predicted. The Gender 2063 is being implemented and is effectively being actualized slowly but surely. And in most countries, as I said, Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Rwanda, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Mozambique, Madagascar, all of these countries are implementing this and strategizing for more female inclusivity within the politics and the frameworks that constitutionalize the country. I leave you with this question, ladies and gentlemen. Is it the law that changes our culture of patriarchy, or it is the culture that changes the law?